Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to use Angular Material. If you haven't seen my guide on how to get Angular set up, watch that and then you'll get a page that looks something like this. So we're going to be now getting started with Angular Material. So first we gotta install it. So we're going to do that by just copying these npm commands and killing our server and then running them in the directory, which is our project, my app. Alright, that one's done. Next one, step 2, the animations. Just copy that. I use npm, so I'm going to copy that one. Alright, that's done. Next one. Step 3 is we need to import the component modules. Now this is one of the key things about Angular Material you'll need to understand, is how their importing system works. So if you open your app module file, here we copied this code for these two different modules. This is the button module and the checkbox module. So the way it works is you need to do the top import as well as this middle import, add to the imports of the module down here. You have to do both of those every time. So any Angular Material elements which you need to use, you need to put them in here. And just to show you what those look like, if we go over here to components and we go to buttons and indicators button, this is the Angular Material button which we'll be able to use. So yeah, any of these buttons you'll just, or any of these components, you'll just type in whatever the name is here. It's always going to be a module, mat button module. Yeah, so we'll add some more of those later. But for now, let's finish the installation. I think we are almost done. Step 3, we did that. Step 4, include a theme. Sure, we can include this default theme. So we're just going to go to the styles and then import that. And step 5 is gesture support. I'm not going to worry about that, but you can add both these things if you want, the icons and the gesture support, but that's not really important for our purposes. So we're going to go and restart the server. ngserve. Alright, should be up and running again. Great, so it loads, which means we don't have errors. So now we can get started playing around with the buttons and stuff. So I'm going to go to the app component HTML page and just delete everything in there. And then now we get to the fun part, which is playing around with the Angular Material elements. So if we go to here to components, we can add any of these things. Since we already have the button module imported, we can go ahead and just copy this code and it should work on our site. So I'm going to save that and it will auto refresh. And there's the button, same as on the site. So with buttons you can do a lot of different things. You can just follow the docs for this, but they have examples where they have all these fancy buttons. And we can just copy any of this code and it will all work. Copy that, paste it in here, save that, and go back to the site. Oh, mat icon. Okay, so you're going to see this error a lot actually. Something is not a part of this module. So we need to import the icon module. So what we're going to do is open the module file, app.module.ts, and go here and add mat icon module. Okay, and it auto imported it up here, it auto completed it. You need it in both places. And now it auto-refreshed, and here's all of our buttons, just like they were on the site. Yeah, so let's go through some more examples. We don't have the CSS, so this favorites part looks kind of weird, but you get the idea. So back in the Angular Materials site, we can just pick any of these things we want. A button toggle, we could add that. Let's go for something more interesting, like a progress spinner. So this one's really simple, just mat spinner. If we go and add that code here, we need to import it first, mat spinner. And it's not this one, it's always the module. Always the module. And it needs to go in both places. Okay, so up here we can just put this at the top, the mat spinner at the very top, and go and refresh our page. There's the spinner. Alright, what else can we add? A progress bar. Sure, we'll throw that in there. Copy this, go to the code, paste it at the top. What's the next step? It's to import the module. Mat progress bar module. Same thing. Refresh the page. There's the progress bar. See a pattern here? Alright, let's see what other elements we can add. Back in material.angular.io. See, what would be fun? Maybe try a dialog. This one will require using a bit of TypeScript. So we're going to view the source for this. They just have this open dialog function. They also need to import the mat dialog module or inject it into this class. So to do that in our code, we'll just go over to our app component, paste that code in here, make sure to import the mat dialog in here, and we're also going to need to add it to the module, mat dialog. And this also takes a class for the dialog that you want to be shown. So they just made this class right here. I'm going to generate my own class. So back inside of Angular code, we're going to open a new terminal and type ng space g space c. So this is going to generate a component, and I'm just going to call it my dialog. And you can see that made this here, my dialog. Let's make sure it imported it into the module. It did, great. So here I'm going to replace that dialog class with my dialog. And we don't need to pass it any data. And we don't need to do anything with the result. And I have an extra comma. And we need to call this function openDialog when something is clicked. I'm just going to add it to this first basic button here. Click equals openDialog. Alright, so let's see if that worked in our code. Nope. Expected value mat dialog imported by app module. Please add module notation. Oh, so you run into this error if you imported the wrong thing. Remember what I was saying before, you always need to import the mat dialog, the module here in the modules section. So you'll probably run into that pretty frequently if you forget. And we made this first button open the dialog. Let's see. Oh, it wants us to import the browser animations module. Okay, so to import the browser animations module, we just go into our module file, and we import it like this from Angular/platform browser/animations. So do that, and then also add it down here, browser animations module. I'm going to put it next to the other browser module. And when we refresh our page, we can try again. And it opens something. Looks like it's missing something else. No component factory found for my dialog component. Did you add it to entry components? So this is telling us exactly what to do here. Apparently, if it's a modal you intend to open, you need to add it to what's called the entry components, which is just another array here in the module file. And so you need to add my dialog component. So that's the same one we declared up here. So yeah, we're gonna save that, try again. Click it, my dialog works. There's all sorts of fancy stuff you can do with dialogs, but that's pretty much covered inside of the documentation. So yeah, you guys understand the basic process is you install Angular Material, you look for a component you want to use in here, and then you import the module and any other modules it wants you to import, and then you place the code inside of your HTML or TypeScript, depending on what kind of component it is. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this tutorial. Let me know if you guys like this in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.